Going on, everybody? So this is my 92 Chevy Silverado. It's just got a stock 5.3 swap 4L60 transmission. It runs and drives. It's pretty much done, besides the wire harness needs to be stripped down and cleaned up. I need to get some relays so I can do away with that ugly fuse box. I got to put some electric fans on it, which I got them, and need to get an intake set up for that. But other than that, it runs and drives. It just needs a tune also, but I got that lined up with a buddy of mine. He does tuning, so got that worked out. Just gotta get that done, hopefully here soon. I figured I'd do a quick little rundown on how much I got in this swap and how I've been able to do it so cheap. And I pretty much don't have any money in it at all. Actually, I've kind of made money by swapping this in here, and I'll explain how I've done all that here in a little bit. But I'm gonna do a little cold start on this rig, and then I'm gonna cruise it down the road and explain everything. Start at. I'm trying to explain all this, but I'll do my best. Basically just a bunch of wheeling and dealing and swapping and trading and parting out and all that good stuff to make it happen, where I didn't really have no money in none of this. So I had a buddy of mine that had a truck like this that he had put a 5.3 in, and I believe he over revved it or something like that, bent a valve in his motor, and he got aggravated with it. Wanted to just put an old school 350 back in his truck, and I had one sitting around, a 350 with a small cam in it, decent set of heads, that I had got out of a Suburban I bought for like 500 bucks. And I had parted that Suburban out and made all my money back and kept the motor, so I didn't have any cash at all in the 350. And so basically I swapped him the 350 or his 5.3 that he had in his truck with the bent valve, the swap headers that I got on here, the mounts, which is homemade and kind of shitty, but they work. Let's see, I got his computer, which he had flashed, had the security system and all deleted out of it, and the fuel lines and all that stuff that was needed. So I got all the LS swap parts that was needed to put one in this truck from him, basically just for a 350 that I have no money in. So then I had all the parts needed to do a swap in here with no money in none of it. And then as far as the motor and transmission goes, I bought a early 2000s model Z71 with a 5.3 in it. That's what's in here now. I think I gave $600 for it. I ended up parting it out, sold the rear end, transmission, body parts and whatnot. Made my money back, plus actually made a few $100s off that deal. So I come out pretty good on that. Like I said, I kept the motor out of it and the wire harness that's on here. So now I got all the LS swap parts that's needed, the motor and the wire harness. And then the only thing left then was the transmission. And all I did there was I bought another truck, two-wheel drive truck, that had a good transmission in it, 4L60E. Did it the same way, parted out the truck, kept the transmission, made all my money back, plus some. And that's pretty much it, you know. Got the motor, transmission, all the LS swap parts with nothing in it. Actually made money. And also, this truck had a good 350 TBI in it. I sold it for 400 bucks, you know, so there's more money I made on the whole deal. Really the only thing I bought for this, since I put the motor and transmission in here, is I bought the coolant temp sensor for a 98 Camaro. That way I can wire up the factory gauge there. I had to buy an oil pressure sending unit adapter so I could use my factory oil that's the only 3 things I bought. And like I said, I made money parting out the trucks that I got all the parts off of, the motor and transmission. You know, so I really don't have any cash in this thing at all. I actually made a few $100s by swapping this thing in here. So, pretty good deal if you ask me. Damn, gas jug is rattling on the back window there, about to drive me nuts. As far as the fuel pump, I just used a fuel pump out of a 98 Chevrolet truck that I had sitting at the house that I had parted out. Which, I mean, you could buy the fuel pump for like 40 or 50 bucks if you had to buy new ones, which that ain't no big deal. If you needed to, you could use stock manifolds without headers. I just got lucky. Had a buddy of mine that had done the swap and bought all the stuff that was necessary to do it. And had the computer deleted and all that good stuff. I got lucky on that end with that trade there. And then, like I said, just parted out trucks to get the motor and transmission where I didn't have nothing in it. And then, obviously, like I said, sold the 350 out of this truck also. So, all in all, I probably made $500 or $600 by LS swapping this truck. But when you broke like me, you got to do stuff that way. You got to wheel and deal to make stuff happen. And that's the way I like to do it anyhow. I don't like spending a lot of money on stuff whenever I can do it my way and actually make money doing stuff. Anybody could do this, man. If you wanted to LS swap your truck, just go find a cheap truck that's wrecked, no title or something like that. It's got a good motor and transmission in it, you know. Pull it out, part the rest of the thing out, you know, and there you go. You got a motor and transmission. And then all you need is the rest of the parts, you know. Gather up everything else. If you buy a whole truck, you'll pretty much have everything you need. The electric fans I got to go on here is off of a truck I parted out also. You could probably even use the fuel pump out of a new model truck also and just kind of rig it up into the sending unit of the vehicle you're using. I know I've had a few people ask how much I've gotten swap and all that good stuff, so I figured I'd do a video on it. That's pretty much it. Like I said, just parking out vehicles and wheeling and dealing and getting lucky on some trades. Pretty much how I've done it. But anybody can do it. Almost back to the house here, so I'm gonna end this one off. So just like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Later. Also, I got a new muffler for the old daily driver here, so I can get this ridiculously sounding MagnaFlow off of here and get something on it that's got a little more rumble to it. I won't tell y'all what it is yet, but it's not a race bullet. It's kind of shaped like one, a little bit different. Hopefully I'll be getting that put on here in the next day or so. So be looking out for that video too.